What's up, everyone, and welcome to the all-new microtransaction reaction, or is it a review? I don't even know anymore, dude. It's the season finale. It's here. It's finally here. Last of Us. It dropped, dude. I took off my glasses. I can't think straight, dude. I'm all over the
No.
place, dude. This episode had. I feel like there wasn't a lot of talking,
Yes.
and I'm so happy. Like the way it happened. Like holy crap,
Okay.
I loved it just because I felt like the scenes where it was quiet made it a little more powerful. That's just me though. That's just me,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. I no.
Go ahead. You gotta like.
Oh, no. It was not putting the cart against the horse because I think that
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
talk about that a little later.
Mhm.
Just there was some decisions that were made for television,
Uh huh.
and I was just like, oh man, that is definitely a way to view that and handle that in the series. And I thought it was real interesting.
Yeah.
And I think this is the most telling of the storytelling that is to come.
Okay. Yeah. I can see where you're going with there. But yeah, so it wrapped up. For those who don't know, we're gonna review the episode, at least talk about it, give our impressions, our thoughts, and ideas. Full spoilers. Just letting you know right now. Full spoilers.
Yeah.
Even spoilers for Last of Us too. So I'm gonna throw it out there because I am gonna bring it up. All right. So I want to
Kind of
start.
have to.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. I want to start from the beginning. We start off with Ashley Johnson, dude. We got to see Ashley Johnson. She's playing Anna. Oh yeah, bravo too for
Ashley
her. She's
Johnson.
just killing it too. She's playing as Ellie's mother, Anna, and doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? We see her give birth,
Oh.
and I guess is this them showing us this is how Ellie got her immunity?
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
Yeah, like we never actually knew. We just knew that she was bitten and it was all right.
Exactly. I kind of like that we didn't know, but
Mm-hmm.
for the show's sake, I kind of like that they gave it to us.
Like you needed an answer. Like,
Right.
why is it? It can't be just cause.
Which is weird. I'm
And
like,
it's kind of makes you.
video game, we let it slide, but the show we need the answer. It's weird, but hey, I'm here for it, dude. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
yeah.
But
Which kind of makes sense. You're like, oh, okay, like fuck it, why not?
right, exactly. Same reaction here. Yeah. So we go there. Obviously, she gets bit. The baby has to go. If you didn't see the episode, I'm sure you did. She was getting bit as she gives birth, which is wild. She didn't even
Yeah.
notice that baby just popped right out of her. Which I get it. I get it. Sure. I,
Yes.
I've never given birth to a child, and I've never been attacked by a zombie or infected. So who's to say? Maybe hey, no, maybe it's okay. Maybe that's exactly how it works. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it was a little jarring. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
same.
Like it took me out of the scene. If I gotta knock it, I gotta be honest. It took me
Yeah.
a little out of the scene. So I'm like, whoa, that happened really fast.
Yeah, same here. I'm just like,
Like
man. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm cutting you
So
off. I'm excited. I'm so juiced.
no. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm right there with you. It did kind of catch me off guard. I'm just like, damn. I guess
Mhm.
birth giving is not as bad. It's not as hard as I thought it was.
I guess not.
But but yeah. So we just know Ellie's not bringing it, and then Ellie, or at least when Ellie is born, and then she's out of it. She's a little checked out throughout this episode in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And then Pedro Pascal, he's the writing, you can see that he's really like seeing the Sarah in her and like bringing Sarah up and doing all this stuff. I'm just like, oh, he's really showing that bond that they've developed, right?
Yeah.
And I'm loving because we know what's gonna happen. We know where it's going,
Yeah.
and I'm so
Okay.
stoked.
Okay, I gotta say, because
Mhm.
of the last episode to this episode, do you feel that it was a little rushed?
This episode,
Do you feel like it was rushed at all, or you thought it was like easily accessible in?
I'm gonna say easily accessible, and I don't feel like
Okay.
I feel okay. How about this? Let me answer you. Okay, I think in the beginning, yes. I think initially I felt like, man, they're really like moving fast with this. That's how it felt initially, and then once they around the time they get attacked in the hospital, like to the hospital, then I'm just like, oh, okay. Like then it started like, okay, now I'm here, like I'm more settled in, right? So and you and I both talked before this episode aired. We thought this episode was gonna be longer. This is actually one of the shorter episodes.
Yes.
So that was a
Which
little.
I have a problem with.
Really? You see, I'm
Like,
like,
I'm not as hot as you are on this episode.
really? Wow,
Yes.
dude. So you have a problem.
Like, I
So
was
what
like-
do you want to see more? Like, what do you?
I think the pacing was the problem. I think everything they rushed everything. Everything was too fast. Scenes didn't like. There's certain scenes that had time to breathe. Like Pedro
did.
Pascal looking at Ellie with the
Right.
giraffe situation and like admiring, like being like a father. Like this thing is happening here, but I'd rather see you experiencing the moment than the actual moment. Stuff like that I done was really well. The stuff before just felt like it was a little like shoehorned, and I get it because of the last episode, like they bonded and stuff like that.
Right.
It's just kind of like, oh, okay. It felt a little jarring.
I got you.
That's
I
You know what
think
I'm
jarring was
saying?
probably the perfect word to describe, but like exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I don't know. For me, I'm like, oh, okay. I felt like to me it didn't feel like rushed. Like I said, maybe that beginning part for a little bit. I would say the first 20 minutes or
Mhm.
so. After that, it just felt like it fell right into place for me, right? And to the point that I'm just like, oh, I love it. You respected the hell out of my time. It's kind of how I took
Mm.
it. And I'm just like, you didn't give me any fluff. Like, you didn't give me any
Okay.
unnecessary. Because sometimes television just gives you sometimes unnecessary stuff. You
Yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah,
anime,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. So, like,
I've done the filler.
yeah, dude. So, but
Hmm.
hey, but I get you. I see your argument though, 100%.
Hmm.
I think you make a valid point. Um, and then so where we at? Oh, we talked about the draft scene, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. So yeah, another scene. For some reason, I thought this happened earlier in the. I don't remember it
No,
happening here, but
we thought it happened. We
during the
thought it
monkeys.
happened during the monkeys, but I guess we were just straight up
No,
wrong.
yeah, I think we were wrong, and I think it's and if I'm not now that I'm remembering correctly, I'm like I think and there was monkeys in there because the monkeys were in the school, the giraffes were in the hospital. That's what it was, and yeah,
Yeah.
I just lost it. Regardless, forgive us, human,
Yeah, it
whatever.
was such a great scene.
It was
Like
fantastic.
then, once the giraffe scene happened, it made me be like, ah,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
like this is what I need to see, and I got into the Ellen Joel like thing a lot more.
Right. I gotcha. And it was a little annoying with her being all quiet to herself, but hey, again, it unwrapped perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the giraffe, you know what I'm saying? They still have their little bonding going on. You know what I'm saying? They're still. Let me see. Am I missing anything from when they get to the hospital? I don't think so, right? I think
Well, they get
they get attacked.
ambushed.
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
attacked, which already shows you the fireflies. They're like, oh, you're getting those damn fireflies. Like freedom fighters, I get it, but they just attacked Joel and Ellie. Now I'm already pissed at them, right?
Yeah.
And then Joel wakes up, finds out what's going on with Ellie. She's going under the knife, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, this is it. So if you play the video game, you know this is the transition of Joel. I feel like this scene is probably gonna be one of the most important. Like this situation, what's gonna happen next? Because we're gonna see Joel transition from the guy everybody knows and loves to now the bad guy, the guy that you heard about, right? That when he
Yeah.
used to do bad, you're gonna find that guy, that Joel, right?
Mhm.
And boy, oh boy, I feel like it was done so well. The music in the background, the shooting, like all I feel like, oh, this man is just locked in. Is what it made me
Yeah.
feel. I'm like, I 100% feel what this man like. Holy crap, dude! It's like it almost feels like a little quiet. You just hear the music and then kaka papa like shots,
Mhm.
and you see him in full just like he doesn't give a shit. Even the guy who's putting down the gun, I'm like, ooh, this one wasn't a good look for you, Joel. This one,
Yeah,
he was.
dude.
I'm like, he's been hitting the gun, and by myself, like, you gotta do it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I thought that, but one thing I wanted to shout out that I thought was done fantastic that I really want to talk about.
Mhm.
When you see the gun go from the old gun to the new gun, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, oh yeah, you're exactly that's exactly what you're telling me. We're seeing this fucking transition, right?
Mhm.
And when I saw that scene where they're showing just his feet, and you see the old gun, and then the hunter's rifle to the assault rifle, I'm like, oh, this is going down. Like,
He just shifted
yeah,
a gear.
yes, dude. Oh my.
Oh
God. What'd
my
you
god.
think, dude?
Yeah. The thing is, I thought we were gonna have a hail of bullets, all this kind of stuff, like
Same.
how it was in the video game.
Same.
That's why I was so shocked at first. I was taken back when I was watching it because I expected it to be how it is in the video game. If
Right.
you guys ever played it, you know you are fighting
Yes.
for a while
Fully.
and you are taking it to them. And the thing is, you're playing, but you're so locked in and you love Ellie so much, and you're like, I'm murdering everyone in a 10-mile radius because they're hurting my little baby angel, and I had this whole town has to be painted red,
Right.
and it was great because I thought it was going to be a hellfire, and it wasn't. It was like you said, a precision can of whoop ass, and then like halfway through, I was like, oh, I like this way better than I initially thought
Right.
was going to happen.
Yes.
And I was on fucking board,
It's
dude.
like a beautiful massacre. It's like what it was,
Yes.
dude. Holy crap, man.
Yes.
And then even when he's walking through the hallways, you see the hallway where the operating room is. You see little cutesy elephants in the background. Then it goes to like a dark room that he's passing. You just and the cinematography, everything's done so well. He gets in there. That surgeon, bro. I don't know what he was thinking when he pulled that scalpel out. First of all, I'm like, okay, so now Joel's defending himself, all right? And I'm gonna say it's self-defense. All this is now justified. It's self-defense now. It's all now self-defense, dude. And because that's Abby's dad. Is that not it? Like it should be Abby's dad, right?
That's 100% Abby's dad.
And I'm just like, bro, I need you to resuscitate this motherfucker and kill him again, bro. Fuck Abby's
Yeah.
dad, bro. Get that bitch out of here, dude. Like, oh, dude, I'm like, he pulled out a knife, like, bitch, you. Oh, and even the nurses when they turn around, I'm like, you gotta kill these bitches too.
Bro, I was good because that's what, honestly in the video game that's what I did. I'm like, nobody's being left alive.
Same, dude, same.
And I'm like, cat. I was like, everyone's dead. I'm like, not my baby girl. Come on.
Exactly. I'm like, I got some extra bullets, bro. I could waste some on you two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely, dude. And then he goes down to the car. Obviously, Marlene accepts him, or intercepts him rather. And we know what goes on there. He takes her out just like in the video game, and it was just again all done so well. And then we don't see what happens. It transitions into the truck, him driving. You know, so we don't exactly see what happened. And I remember playing the video game and seeing this part. I was like, wait, did he just leave her behind and just left? And then you hear Ellie in the background, and then you get the big lie saying there was so many people, we got attacked and all this stuff. And Pedro Pascal is selling it so well, dude. Like, I'm just like, holy crap, this man, the acting.
I like how I always forget her name, but the actress who plays Ellie,
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey, thank you. Yeah. Bella does such a good thing of being like, he's lying to me,
right?
But she like doesn't want to admit that she's lying. Like she's like, damn, he's lying to me.
Right.
I'm like, what are the odds that raiders are coming through during this time, and now I don't have enough time to get my clothes and like all this kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of convenience.
Yeah, exactly.
She did such a good job, and it was such a well acted, and I'm surprised they stuck to the video game ending of Last of Us 1.
Really? I feel like, you know what?
I thought they were going to add something. I didn't think they were going to end it the exact same way. I was like, whoa, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, you see, because for me, honestly, like, I feel like if Last of Us 1 was just that video game, like, I feel like that's already a perfect rendition of it. I know we got part 2. I love part 2. But I feel like part 1 was just, it was wrapped up so beautifully. You know what I'm saying? And so when they went with this ending, I'm like, yes. And they've stuck to landing with other parts. They went straight, for the most part, this entire series is taken straight out of the game, right? So like, why wouldn't I was saying, like, why wouldn't you, right? But like you said, it's TV. It could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they did do that. But I agree with you 100%. Just to add on, Ellie and Joel's acting in that scene where she knows he's lying. They're just they're done perfectly.
The only thing is, for someone who didn't play the video games like us, I wonder if the amount of time spent in the hospital is going to be viewed as a negative thing. Because hear me out, even I felt it a little bit. I'm like, we've been working 8 episodes towards this hospital, and I feel like I'm there for 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah,
that I did not like.
I gotcha. I can see what you mean. Oh, good.
Like, I just felt like it was kind of rushed, and that's my big problem with this episode.
Right.
I'm like I needed to breathe in. I needed to be in the hospital. They should, like, when they should have added more is, I feel like they should have added more in the hospital, so you felt like you were there for a little longer. It didn't need to be like 20 minutes. Like, honestly, like a minute, 2-3 extra in the hospital. Okay. Maybe seeing the people that are in the hospital, the fireflies that are like making me like, oh, this. So because think about it, they would have did that and made it a little more human. Then what Joel would have did, the massacre wise, would have been like, oh shit, Joel is not a good guy.
Right.
He just likes Ellie. He's actually a monster, and I don't think they portrayed that well.
I got
you know what I mean? I feel like if they made maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's how I feel about it. I think that's how it's. Honestly, like, I can't say this was like a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna say technically, I think this is the weakest episode out of the season.
I think you make valid points. I do disagree though. Like, I feel like the amount of time in the hospital for me was perfect. I'm like, you should just like. Maybe I'm just looking at it too much through, in my opinion, like an artistic point of view. Like I said, when I saw the whole gun thing, like, I'm just like, oh, this is this is what I needed right here. Is how I left it. But yeah, I think you make some valid points. When it happened, I thought I'm like, oh, this is shorter than I expected, but I wasn't mad, I guess.
The episode's not bad by any sense.
No.
I'm still saying it's the worst episode out of all of them. Still means it's a 9 out of 10. It was a phenomenal episode.
Right.
But if I had to put which episode I think is the weakest of the season, I would say this is the weakest.
Gotcha. And then to start closing it up here, they're hiking, they're getting back to Tommy's. You know what I'm saying? And then we see Ellie. She's obviously skeptical as whether or not Joel's telling her the truth or not. So swear to me, she told him straight up, asked him again, everything you told me about the Fireflies, was it true? And he said, I swear. And then they closed it out right there. Like I was just like, oh man.
When she hit the hot, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the guitar.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then one thing also I want to bring up, when he took out Marlene towards the end, when she's like, "No, please, like let me go. You'll just come after us." Like, and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I remember that part." That alone, and I guess this is another thing. When I watched the hospital scene, like I'm almost convinced now. Maybe I need to buy this game again, like the remastered version of PS5.
I'm surprised you haven't bought it already.
Same here. So I'm gonna have to pull that trigger when we get off this episode. When we wrap this up. Here. So
you might want to wait a little bit, bro. You're gonna need some time in between season 1 and season 2, okay? Because we got a long way ahead of us.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe it'll go on sale. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. I doubt it. Yeah, there's no way. Anyways, I think that kind of wraps it up. You have anything else, Chris? You gotta go over nothing?
I want to thank everybody who's been watching all the episodes up to this point. It's been a phenomenal journey going through the first season 1 of Last of Us. Will there be a review, Last of Us season 2 review? Let us know if you want to see it down below, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know. Thank you again for joining us. I just want to reiterate what Chris is saying. I'm gonna leave you all per usual. Love each other. Take care, but above all those, be cool. And hey, hopefully I'll catch you on season 2.